Though fashion world as a whole is falling apart at the seams quite literally. Taking a closer look at how the world's most precious fibers are turned into luxury items and why modern garment makers hate these natural textiles for withstanding the test of time. Learn how to navigate the flood of misinformation from these so-called trusted brands with malicious schemes and highly exploitive business practices, deteriorating their credibility. Starting the death of commercialism and rampant making of goods for profit's sake, ushering in a new old way of living, the exclusive, all-inclusive domain of personal imagination and skills, where fashion and luxury is created at home or in the community where the best quality thrives, leading to a new way of creative, individualized wardrobes of personal splendor. Let's take a closer look at the textiles of life and comfort. Today's topic: everything you need to know about linen. Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome back to Authentic We, a mini-series, a closer look at the world's most precious fibers. Today, everything about linen. Before talking about this precious textile, we must understand where it comes from before we know where we're going with it. Linen deriving from a broadleaf plant known as the flowering flax, originating in the Georgian steppes of the eastern Black Sea, being one of the oldest textiles used for human civilizations for millennia. Fragments still found intact in caves dating back for 30,000 years, the Upper Paleolithic era,
that we know of,
helping our ancient ancestors to combat the last ice age, known as the Younger Dryas. And once the ice started receding, the animals and people took descent in all directions. As our ancient ancestors followed the sheep and horses for food, linen helped to usher in a modern civilization we call Mesopotamia, which is the modern-day Iraqian region. Becoming a main staple of the people and commerce, linen taking ancient Mesopotamians over 6,000 years to perfect using proper spinning, splicing, and weaving techniques. The flax plant became so cherished by 3000 BCE, was spread as far as modern-day Germany, Switzerland, Greece, Rome, the Kingdom of Kush, today's Egypt. Linen now being the main preferred staple of our ancient ancestors, as linen textiles ushered in a new age of trading. It was used to thatch ships, make ropes, sails, clothes, as the seeds of the flax plant were crushed and boiled to make linseed oil, and after harvesting all the plant fibers needed to spin the linen, we used the rest of the dry plant fibers as food fodder for the animals. This magnificent plant built empires and then helped to crush others as a multi-purpose plant that took global dominance 5,000 years ago. Being so sought after, it fueled both world wars over hemp fibers. To this day, we press the seeds for linseed oil. We use in paints, engines, and it can be used as fuel for some soaps, some cosmetics, hair gels, paper, ropes, and just food for all, taking thousands of years to perfect into the textile that we know and love today. Linen coming in a variety of thicknesses that the weavers and the millers call weights, making it hard for us average people to understand the technicalities of it all. However, weight is determined in linen after the color is added. The thickness is by how it's woven, where the majority of the linen makers sell by the meter, approximately 3 feet by 3 inches. While weaving 1 meter of linen 60 inches wide and the other linen 98 inches wide with the same weight, which one will be the thicker linen? Both weighing the same, however the 60-inch wide linen will be the heavier, thicker linen, with more thread count compacting in a square centimeter area. So keep this in mind when you're selecting your linens in bulk, whether if you're going to be making clothes, buying them, or having them made for you. Understanding the terminology is key. Whether you're looking to make a sundress or a casual walking suit, or have one be made, medium and heavyweight linens are your best choice. While blocking out the sun and redirecting the body heat, these are perfect for tropic weathers and northern temperatures ranging from 50 degrees Fahrenheit to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, or 10 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Celsius. Anybody living in the tropics, on the equator, or in the southern hemisphere, this is for you. Anything above 90 degrees is when you go over to a thinner linen, making sure that there's always interfaces because you don't want your naughty parts showing. Looking at these two outfits, you can see the difference between a medium weight and a heavyweight linen. These two outfits made from the same pattern showcase the different thicknesses between linen. The pastel on the left showcases the medium weight linen, while the burgundy and black outfit on the right showcases heavyweight linen. Notice the different drapes and fall between the difference of the linen. Drape is the flow of the material while the body is in motion. Notice how the linen shifts and redirects on both of these outfits. Seeing how the same pattern drapes and flows differently with just different thickness of material. Noticing that the thicker linen has less drape and flow. However, both walking suits are extremely comfortable and very durable. Having many varieties of linens and different thicknesses and uses, let's go over how it's best applied for the apparel world. Already going over light, medium, and heavyweight linens, let's get into the extra thicknesses and the no bias zones. The beginning phases of this project started in 2020, taking 2 years' time to properly learn how to garment make, practicing on linen, and getting extremely comfortable with garment making. In March of 2024, making an entire second summer wardrobe out of linen, deciding to put the first wardrobe under the test and durability of the yard. And when talking about the durability of linen, it must be said that bleached linens should never be bought and bleach should never be used inside the wash. After making the lightweight linen pants, they started shredding 2 months after use. Switching over to the black linen, medium weight, this is where you properly start seeing the durability of linen shine. After going through a complete 20-week cycle and being washed every 3 days, let us verify everything that this linen can go through. Authentic We Garden in Life miniseries this past summer and fall, during rough landscaping and rock moving and bricklaying, you can see the durabilities of this linen pant withstand and shine the test of time. If you are interested in this miniseries, the link is below in the description box. Moving over to a specialty linen silk blend and a linen wool blend, choosing these specific linens and linen blend types for their curving abilities. These highly durable, extremely tight woven linen blends will hold up for decades. Choosing these to make bespoke shirts, blouses, and inner linings of couture and bespoke coats. You can be sure that this linen and linen blend will never shred and allow your garment to be passed down for generations. This highly structured material is 50-50% linen and wool combination. As you can see here, it only has 5% bias on either direction. The perfect interfacing for collars, cuffs, and in this example, the interfacing for the couture parts that are sticking out and protruding that you don't want to bend or be awkward and sag in the long run. Being perfect for structure and reinforcement for the breastplate and the yoke, which happens to be the back, which is the nape of the neck down to the bottom of the shoulder blades. All links to these materials are found below in the description box. Looking at one of the most durable textiles with this magnificent blend of wool, linen, and silk combination, not just being one of the most durable, but also water and fire resistant due to the high quality of silk and wool. This magnificent fiber keeping you warm in cold to mild temperatures while maintaining comfortability and breeziness in mild to tropical, being one of the most high-end, precious, sought-after combination of materials around the globe. If you can find this, snag it up. This extremely thick, tight woven linen is all natural and sometimes found covered in wax. It is perfect for extreme structured areas on a garment, such as waistbands, cuffs, and any parts of couture or bespoke pieces that you don't want to bow out or be awkward ever. Zero bias means there is zero give in either direction of this fabric and material, meaning whatever you put over it, it will maintain that structure for its lifespan. Cleaning and maintenance of your linen is quite easy, and as a 5-year dry cleaner, I got some tips and tricks to share with you. Now, hit that like and subscribe button if you're gaining value from this video. For we are not a monetized channel, and if you want to learn how to become a producer of the channel, go and take a look at our GoFundMe and see how you can help us build a creative space to give you better valuable content. As a 5-year dry cleaning vet, I can honestly tell you, linen is great at retaining color and strength through washes, but never a dryer. Always put it on a hanger and line drying. Even in the winter time and on rainy days, put it on a hanger and stick it on the curtain rod. Using all weights of linen due to our region, yearly temps range here from -40 degrees Fahrenheit to 112 degrees Fahrenheit through all 4 seasons. And after losing 205 pounds total, needing a wardrobe that had built-in fluctuation like the pants that I showed you earlier, ranging in size 32 to 38 at its max. But keep this in mind when you're always buying linen. Make sure it's pre-wash or wash your bulk linen first before you cut into it. It does shrink 4 to 7%. Always washing medium to dark colors in cold water, mild detergent only. As stated, linen retains color and strength through washing, but never a dryer, so always put on a hanger and line dry in winter times and in summer times, but put them outside if you can. It's the UV that disinfects, not the washing. It's also the UV that provides that fresh linen smell that we all love and know today. So always putting it in direct sunlight for drying purposes, and no, direct sun does not leak any of your dark colors. UV keeping all lights and dark colors bright and shiny with only 5 to 10% fading on your colors. Just always making sure you check your washer settings because it's the hot water that will leak your dark colors. It's the excessive steam and heat that will lift colors and also stains. The only exception is when you're steam pressing any garment of any color. So that being said, let's talk stains. As a professional dry cleaner of 5 years, it must be said that all human stains, animal stains, and food stains are an oil-based protein. It takes a protein to remove a protein, for it is a chemistry bond, though plant proteins are a bit different, such as grass stains, flower pollens, and some types of mud due to the ochre content. They do take UV light to fade and disappear after a wash or 3. However, if you do the spot cleaning method that I'm showing you here, you will be amazed. Oh, and never use salt. Salt sets stains. We use salt to color lock cotton, linen, silks, and wools. These are the only 2 concentrates that we use in our house. And it must be said, the more you use your linens, the softer it becomes, especially the medium to extra heavyweight linens. For the thicker the linen, the stronger it will be in the longevity of its lifespan. Unlike cottons, which hold 300% in its weight and moisture and retaining 10% of smells its entire life, as does polyester, linen never weighing you down or feeling grossly wet and sweaty like cotton or baking in a polyester plastic bag of an outfit like a turkey, linen only holds 25% of its weight in moisture. being a superb choice for tropics and summertime in the northern hemispheres, while retaining good structure and comfortability. This is perfect for your wardrobe for decades and years to come. Though thinner linens do tend to wear down in 3 to 7 years depending on how much you use them and how much you wash them. As long as you're never using bleach, peroxides, or vinegars, you can ensure your linen will remain in mint shape throughout all the uses of its lifespan. Always making sure to steam press your linen. This activates the plant fiber's classic linen smell, which also disinfects. The linen itself has antimicrobial properties which awaken when you press. And at this time, you can also add a drop or two of essential oil for extra scent during the ironing. We usually place it right on top of the wool mat, steam it through, and then iron our linens on top of it. And let's be fair here, everybody. A fresh pressed garment, old or new, looks and feels fantastic because nobody wants a droopy look. And for the love of God, stop using fabric softeners. Liquid fabric softeners and dryer sheets are very harmful, they're poisonous, and they will ruin and deteriorate your clothes. Whether if it's cotton, polyester, linen, it would deteriorate it all. Learning to buy from trusted weavers and retailers is key. Let us go over the terminology used to ensure an organic, trusted brand under fair trade and labor. Always checking that it's OTEC approved, chemical free, organic, no heavy metals. Choosing to purchase the linens from these direct weavers and retailers in Lithuania. It was key for me to buy direct from the growers and the weavers and makers of the actual textile. Bias Bespoke being the third place that I bought everything for garment making materials. This is where we get all of our linen canvases and all the interfacings for all of your bespoke and couture looks to come. Wall Walk is where we buy everything for sewing supplies. So anything needle based, anything thread. They also have linens there, but be careful. 80% of their stock is polyester. Make sure it's natural, polyester free. We do not want to use plastics. We are trying to avoid all of that nonsense. Oh, so you're still here. Well, you're wondering how we actually made all of our couture looks and our custom outfits, and how we went from thinking this was okay to a nice customized look that can actually move and fluctuate with as my weight fluctuates. I used to weigh 400 pounds, so I had to learn how to make garments. Taking 2 years in research and learning how to make customized garments all on my own, it was a hassle. So let's learn how to save time and sanity with these YouTube all-star garment makers. First stop is going to be Miss Evelyn Wood. Evelyn Wood is the founder of Vintage Fashion School, making everything simple and easy for you. Being a perfect resource for a beginner's guide to sewing, to understand all things about your sewing machine, pattern reading, alterations, and learning how to mock up. All beginners are recommended to check out Evelyn Wood's page down in the description box. Next, for beginners to moderate sewers, is Miss Karina from Lifting Pins and Needles. Karina is a South American seamstress based out of Brazil. This professional garment maker can help teach you to level up your skills far greater than you could possibly imagine. Karina being one of the main people to teach me all the tips and tricks for all of my pattern, alterations, and all of my garment making. We recommend you to check out this YouTube all-star garment maker down below in the description box. Next we have Aura Lynn, who is a fast-paced intermediate seamstress. Her shorts help me to navigate everything about a shirt and the pant and cuffs. Only recommended when you have your wits about you with the sewing machine. Finding Aura Lynn's page down in the description box, I recommend if you're an intermediate sewer, go and give her a check, because she is absolutely amazing and you will love what she has to offer. Next we have Miss Bianca at the Closet Historian, an all-around garment maker, pattern maker, alterations, and just completely out of this world with awesome. On the high-end intermediate spectrum of the sewing and garment makings, Bianca at the Closet Historian would help teach you all the tips and tricks to make your best clothes ever. It must be said, Bianca, we have loved you for the last couple of years of you teaching us, but we do not approve of all the acetate, polyesters, just the plastic hazard that you use inside of your garment making. But I want my viewers to understand that we do not approve. We're trying to go away from the plastics. So let her teach you, but please choose all natural. And then we have Nicole Rudolph, the final YouTube all-star garment maker. She will slow it down for us, teach us everything about how to make customized historical period clothing, taking deep dives into everything Victorian, always using 100% all-natural materials, teaching how centuries-old garments have survived test of time while hand sewing and showing us how to customize and create such garments all on our own. Please check her out in the description box below. As we keep seeing headlines, the death of fashion. With this new wave of anti-haulers across the platforms that are now beginning their descent into truth. As Louis Vuitton, Dior, H&M unravel at the seams quite literally with these $6,000 to $9,000 clutches falling apart while being used, and then H&M trying to pass off polyester as high-end fashion? Ooh, they're trying to sell a $3,000 trench coat made out of plastics. However, you might lay claim that we are purchasing the brand name and its logo. However, my argument is, if the brand quality has greatly deteriorated, so has their credibility. All of this leads back to you, to me, as consumers. For luxury and fashion has not vanished. This is not the death of luxury goods. This is the death of commercialism and rampant making just for profit's sakes. So you may be asking, well, what does all this mean? This means that you are in charge, for your purchasing power alone has the ability to change the trajectory of all the major corporations around the globe, as we see the best value and fair trade is in the community itself. For luxury fashion isn't dead, it's switched to an all-exclusive yet inclusive domain. That domain is back into your hands. This means that we are leading the fashion world into an individualized, self-made world. And this scares so many in our culture, for we have lost a lot of our skills since the Industrial Revolution. So I would like to remind you that you are the buying power and the change of the future. It is how we purchase, or versus if we just buy material and make our own stuff, halting them on monopolizing the entire price gap. So just keep this in mind. Even if you don't know what you are doing, look at all of these wonderful garment makers. They would teach you the best way and value of how to get everything out of it. And also, if you're just practicing and you want to learn everything first and you want to learn the technicalities of it all, I trained through quilting. That taught me my machine use, that got me good at how to do a perfect straight stitch. So even the mock-up garments that were made out of the muslin cotton were transferred over and cut up into fancy quilts and given out as gifts. Because I stopped wearing cotton, everything that I do switched to linen, silk, leather, or wool. I want to thank you on joining me here at Authentic We at a closer look at linen. I hope you join us for our next video, everything you need to know about wool. I want to give a special shout out to all the creators who gave us use to make this video possible for you. And remember, all the links are down in the description box below for if you want to purchase any of these materials that were showcased on the channel today. So until next time, remember to laugh the loudest, enjoy life fully, for you are loved, and have a blessed day.